So in the fall of 2003, we gathered together everybody who'd had any experience with landing on Mars, and we came up with a new idea. This is an example of a setback. We had planned to use the airbags, but they wouldn't work. We had planned on using the pallet, but it wouldn't work. When we came together in the fall of 2003, we had what we called the big rover. It wasn't called Curiosity yet. But we didn't know how we were going to land it. And when we gathered in this room, we had to accept that not knowing was okay. It was part of our journey. And we had to be inventive and calm and curious. And the results of that room, 2 days, not a lot of air conditioning, it was quite sticky and hot, was this. We called it direct placement, but very quickly it was referred to as the sky crane. We knew two things when we exited that room. One, we had sound engineering principles that had guided us to that solution. And two, that every time we spoke of it, we would lose our credibility because people said it was crazy. In fact, I had to do a lot of the talking, and I developed a pithy little statement, I would say, before I'd ever start speaking of the sky crane. It goes like this: great works and great folly may be indistinguishable at the outset. It's a fantastic platitude, I think, in that it has meaning and no meaning at the same time. You say that, and then no matter what comes out of your mouth, everyone's like, whoa. That's pretty great work. Because it makes sense, right? What's really innovative will look so different, it'll look crazy. The meaninglessness in the statement is that, of course, crazy looks crazy too. So how do you know that what you're doing isn't really crazy? How did we know we hadn't just dragged everybody down the primrose path and we were making a terrible mistake? Now, unfortunately, we didn't have proof in the way of a test. That's common, probably common in your area too. We could analyze, do computer simulations. We did many of them. Here's one of millions of simulations that we did to prove to ourselves that our understanding was correct, that it was a good thing to do. Here we're landing on a slope of 35 degrees, so slippery the rover can't rove, and yet we can land her. Problem with things like this, computer simulations, they don't protect you against sins of omission. They don't tell you the things you forgot. They just dutifully execute on the universe that you make inside the machine. So when it came down to it, the team had to assemble and collectively hold our breath on August 5th of 2012 and conduct the one test that we could, an expensive test, $2.5 billion, going down over the span of 7 minutes.